At the time of making this video, only the first episode of the Boruto anime has been released, so everything in this video obviously is based off what we currently know, so some spoilers are to be expected. To be completely honest with you, I didn't think I was going to successfully dig up enough information to make this, seeing as how the series is still pretty new. Obviously, I did though, so now you're here. Enjoy. The 11th film in the Naruto franchise, titled Boruto the Movie, was first ever hinted at the end of its prequel film, titled The Last Naruto the Movie. And as I'm sure we all know by now, it wasn't really the last. The film managed to rake in a total of 2.02 billion yen after just 3 weekends of its theatrical release, which is the equivalent of around 16.8 million US dollars for those who are curious, topping its last prequel film as the highest grossing feature film in the franchise. It was then later released over in the US on October 10th of that same year, and was screening at theaters across 80 different cities, which seems like a fitting date given the fact that October 10th also happens to be Naruto's official birthday. When you look at the name Boruto, I'm going to assume that majority of you just see the name as some sort of knockoff to Naruto's name, which to be completely fair, it probably is. However, its meaning is something different entirely. You see, while Naruto means a certain type of kamaboko meant to reference Naruto's love for ramen, Boruto is the Japanese pronunciation of the English word bolt. This name was most likely chosen for him in memory of Neji, whose name directly translates to mean screw. It also explains the bolt that you see in the opening credits. Sometime after the end of the Fourth Great Ninja War, the traditional flak jackets that we're used to seeing, commonly worn by ninjas ranked Chunin and up, are now replaced by a new updated model. Or downgraded, I guess, depending on how you choose to look at it. The scroll holders are now gone, and it looks a lot less comfortable if you ask me. Even the swirl symbol, traditionally located on the back of the Leaf Village's vest, are now removed. Instead, some, but not all ninjas can be seen wearing bands on their arms that represents their clan symbols. Some examples being Konohamaru, Kakashi, and even Naruto. Well, at least in the manga anyway, as in the movie he was mistakenly drawn without it. During one scene in the movie, both Mecha Naruto as well as Mecha Kurama can be seen on display outside of a store. Both mecha characters were first introduced in the Naruto Storm video games and even appeared in a few of the anime filler episodes, as a weapon created by Orochimaru in order to destroy the leaf. Long story short, a nice little Easter egg in there. Speaking of Orochimaru, many fans who watched through the entire film are still unaware of the fact that he actually makes an appearance. If you did miss him, I wouldn't blame you, as he is pretty difficult to spot and only appears for a few short frames, near the very end of the movie. It is the scene right after Mitsuki reveals that he is his son. Let's see if you can spot him.
Is he like your dad or your mom then?
Well, that doesn't really matter, does it?
Hold up, who's this Orochimaru? And how can it not matter? I don't understand!
Speaking of short frames, watch this scene and tell me if you see anything out of the ordinary. Ready? Let me just take it back a bit. Yep. One of Kakashi's ninja dogs, Pakun, appears pretty randomly during the movie's final fight scene. Why is he there, you ask? Probably just for the lulz. In reality though, this and the previous entry really blew my mind. I really love hidden gems like this. Speaking of hidden animal gems, yes, I'm going to keep this going. During the Chunin exams, Kiba can be seen standing alongside a girl believed to be the character Tamaki, as evidenced by the cat sitting on top of Akamaru. If you guys don't remember her, she made a couple of appearances here and there, but was never really that significant to the story's telling. Oh, you know, that relationship now makes a lot of sense. All jokes aside, the cat you see is actually one that has appeared as far back as the original Naruto series, as evidenced by its design. It is based off Kishimoto's real-life cat named Shu, and also happens to be the same one responsible for helping Naruto complete his Rasengan training, back during the tracking Tsunade arc. I wasn't going to originally include this one on this list, as I feel majority of you guys out there already know about it. However, I personally didn't know for quite a while, so I'm gonna mention it for the select few who might not know, or are slightly confused about it. Though it's only really noticeable in the final fight, Sasuke does in fact only have one arm. This is a result of his final battle with Naruto at the end of Shippuden, where they each have their dominant hand blown off. While this is true, Naruto is seen having both of his arms intact in Boruto. And no, it wasn't because of his Nine Tails regenerative powers, but rather an artificial arm created for him using the cells of the first Hokage. Sasuke, on the other hand, see what I did there? Ended up leaving the village to see the world for himself before the artificial arms were completed. And I guess he just never bothered to get it after. Hopefully that helped clear things up for some of you. Though it's never directly stated within the film, the manga adaptation reveals that all three Sangenin participating in the Chunin exams are actually Gaara's children. Well, adopted children, that is, from what I'm seeing. The only reason this is the case, however, was because of the character Shikadai Nara. As revealed in the Gaara Hidden book, before Shikadai's birth, the counselors of the Hidden Sand Village feared the possibility of both Kankuro and Gaara suddenly dying without any heirs. If this were to be the case, then Shikadai, a descendant of Rasa's bloodline, would become the Kazekage, which could be quite problematic when you're technically considered a leaf ninja, so yeah. They basically told him he needed to find himself a lady friend, which as of right now, that doesn't look like it ended up happening. That's all we seem to know about the situation, sadly. When asked during a TV interview why Kishimoto decided to give Sasuke the role of Boruto's master rather than his own father, Kishimoto responded by saying, "Think about who Gohan's teacher was," confirming the idea to do so was inspired by the master-student relationship in Akira Toriyama's Dragon Ball Z between Piccolo and Son Gohan. And there you have it, guys, 10 things you missed in Boruto. Like I said, there really isn't much material out on the series so far, so I was pretty surprised at the fact I managed to dig up as many things as I did for this video. But obviously I can see Boruto being a big project, so I'll probably be making a part 2 to this video sometime after this series progresses a bit more. So be expecting that. If you guys made it to the end of this video, you can comment the word BALT down below to let me know. And really quickly, just wanted to give a big thanks to those who chose to pledge to me over on Patreon. It means so much that you guys would be willing to support the content I make, so a big thanks to both Alexi G and Briggs, aka All Day Anime. You guys have no idea how much it helps me out in the long run. But anyways guys, that's all I've got for this video. Subscribe if you haven't already for more Boruto content on the way, and with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.